Okay, I'm just making this random video since this is getting to October and well, sadly, not going to do anything this October. Because I didn't get candy on time to give out candy. And sadly, I'm too old to go trick-or-treating. But some people I know wanted costume ideas, so I got this ski mask, you see? It's purple. And with this specifically, you go as like a foot ninja, or add this on, you go like a thief or something, you know? But I am going to do a whole get up, basically. So, okay. And I'm going to use three different, like, weapons to show. Oh, once I find the third. Oh, I know, I don't think I ever showed you this before. But, my hat, I got a hat, got a hat. Actually, that's kind of, yeah, that kind of works. This does. So yeah, kind of works. Where? I hate these shorts, but where is it? Oh, okay, it's all the way back here. And it's because I haven't made a costume video in a while, people. I also have this eagle thing that you could fucking, like, you know, like wrap around your mouth. And like the cowboys used to do, you know. And I have the hat on, but I'm not doing that. Since this smells like dust and nasty since it's been in my cabinet for a long time. Also, I will show you the other costume, like, accessories that I have right now. Just because I could do a whole bunch of ideas. So, okay. I don't have the mask or the costume for this, so I'm not going to dress up or anything. I kind of accidentally broke off one of the clips on here while messing with it, but I got a plastic. Hang on, let me just put it on so I can show you fully. This is all flippy, floppy, dinkly here. And I don't like this one anyway, since the prongs don't like to stay like on. But I got a plastic Freddy glove, and like I said, the prongs don't like to stay on, and I accidentally broke one of them on this finger while I was messing with it. So, yeah, Freddy glove. Gonna have to get a new one, probably. I want one with actual metal knives. But yeah, Freddy glove. As you can see, the prong I broke was the one that controlled the knife, so that's why I said I wanted to get a new one. I didn't mean to break it. So, yeah. Actually, though, I'm gonna take this thing off first, so I can just show you the Actually, I'm not. Sorry, this is stuck for a minute. I don't have a knife, but I got a blade. I ain't got no knife though, but this, you could, hang on. I hate it, cause it ain't one of the, you gotta find the fucking strap as well to the mask. Okay, I found. Kinda found it. What? This is all stuck in here. Okay. Okay. One. Yeah, I wanted to take this thing off. God, this is why I don't like also having long hair, since it gets in the way of me doing costume videos. And that's why I really don't do. This thing's nasty as fuck, though it is. Which is why I didn't want to take that off. So this hasn't been clean in some time. And I believe this is the What's Up one, so it has like a thing on the mouth right here. So I think a tongue was supposed to come out of here at some point or something. But they later on just sold it as a ghost face mask without the tongue. If it is supposed to be the What's Up one from Scary Movie. If not, then not. And I used to have the knife for this, but it broke. But I'm going to add on this. And you see why, and I'm like, okay, it was black, I think it would work better, but I don't have a black hoodie, okay? And because this is basically going to be my, aside from my DC horror stories, which are kinda an October special, this is one of my October specials, just in case I don't release one on Halloween. But, like I said, I'm not going to be wearing this long because it ain't clean, but it could work. But yeah, dirty as fuck. The reason it ain't clean, though, is because I don't wear them. I don't make costume videos anymore. I just leave them on my shelf to basically rot, since I'm a collector. I collect them. Now you could just do, like a cowboy. Oh wait, cowboys don't. Okay, I'm taking like a boom, like a. Don't mind the shirt here, but I could have like this open. Could wear it like a, like a cowboy, and just go as a sheriff. So I got a. Warning, this is not a real gun, it's a cap gun. I just lost the orange cap, the orange top to it, when I was little. So yeah. And now with the next one, I'm gonna save that one for last. Going back to this one right here, since won't look good with. You see, boom. I like to wear this no matter. What's like I said, it's a ski mask. You could go as a thug. Boom. Just as a random thug or a foot soldier from the. If you want, you could take the. God damn it! I wish I had a person up right now to help me with this, since with like filming and stuff. Since right now I have this propped up against a stuffed bunny. If you don't, this thing, yeah. I couldn't find anything to prop, so I took this thing out of where I have it, since I collect a lot of stuff. That was from some Easter or something. And that's the only thing I have right now to prop that up, my phone up against. Because I'm the only one up right now. The one thing I don't like about this is, like, I can't talk that much with this on, and sometimes, like, this part gets into my mouth, even if I'm not pushing on it. Also, I may need to wear a face mask underneath it, or something underneath it, like right here, just so that you don't see that my mouth is really moving, but I don't have nothing like that right now. Or maybe I do. I haven't checked in a while to see if I had any face mask. Okay, I have a face mask. It's dirty as hell though, so I'm not putting it on. This is a little what I got from my middle school, but if I had that clean, I could. Also, don't ask, but I also kept. I have a card, which is an ace of hearts. I was planning on using it for like a cosplay, like a. But I don't have that many cards to use, and I don't want to lose this card. Because, you know, it's like, if, you know, like, some hand movements and stuff, you know. So, if I get more cards, then I probably would do that cosplay. Or something I'm trying to work on, but I'm not like these fucking rich people who have enough money to get cosplay. Like I said though, you can be like a foot soldier, because I got a katana. It's a pink katana, but it can work. I mean, the foot soldiers can be robots then. I don't see why a pink katana can't work. I like the sheath. I like this. This is cool looking. Has a little sticker on it. I got this from the fair. It's able to light up, but I don't got no batteries in it for it to light up. But yeah, it can light up. But I don't have the batteries in it for that. And it breaks like kinda, like, that already breaks, but this part comes off like very easily. Okay, I had it put in the wrong way as well, so yeah. Or you could just be a thug with a gun, or I also got these Wolverine claws, so you can go like, be like, kind of like a bronze tiger-like character, you know? Okay, this made me give me some ideas for like, okay, I make my own, okay, I make well, not really. I'm not a good drawer, but I like to make comic book stories with characters that already exist and my own characters. So this will give me an idea for a story. So yeah. You could also, if you wanted to improve the look, just do this. Like, boom. It works. Hide your eyes more too. But yeah. To where, or I never hold a natural, you know. Hell, add all three of them in. I'm kidding. No, that just looks silly. And after I put all this up, I'll put my hat up too. I have to wear this and this for this that I took since there was a sponge up here, okay, that, you know, would hold it from being, like, against your face. But the sponge, since it was old, came off. So, to make sure that it doesn't, like, fully press against my face. I mean, it could work. Like, boom, like this, you know? This is a Purge mask. I forget which movie it's supposed to be from, though. It used to also be able to light up, but the cord, it had a cord connected to the box, but the cord fucking broke off the mask because of my brother was playing with it too rough. So yeah, you can do like this or this, you know, whatever. I'm right-handed, so I like to hold any weapon really, if it's like a one-handed weapon, in my right hand. I used to have a goddamn meat cleaver, like a fake one, but I lost that. And I used to have like a couple of fake knives, but I lost them too when I was little. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. That's that. And now the final mask. This boy. Okay, I'll explain what happened here. You see, this don't work like this. And it's a Jason boy, you know. I wish I had like the dark, you know, like darker eyes part, you know, like I could just probably like just do the, not this though, since you know it ain't gonna work. But I can finally take this off now. Okay. Oh, also, that's the final mask, but not the final costume thing here. But I'm gonna show you before I put them up. Great, I gotta find out where it goes now. What's in here? My other shit. Okay, my glove. My other. Oh, okay, my fingerless gloves. I'm guessing these are my gloves. My other pair of gloves. Okay. Not fingerless, but they're also inside out. Great. There we go. Another beanie. And my other glove. And Michael! But yeah, that can go back in there. So I'm gonna need the other pocket. Then wherever that one is. And I keep these like separated. Okay? But yeah, so I'm just gonna put these gloves back up too. Okay, now, speaking of gloves, I have these gloves, though. So, don't worry, I got gloves for the next couple things. You see? This could also go with that, you know, if you wanted them to, but I'm using them for whenever I find the right way to put these on. There's a right way, and there's a not right way. Remember that there's a right way to put something on, and a not right way to put something on. And this is why I wish I had help, because this is gonna suck. You know what? Forget the Velcro, since it's just gonna keep Velcroing to my glove. It will anyway. Having some difficulties here. There we go. All I have to do is get the fingies in the right area. There we go. Anyways, you see, you could just do, I would say, where this shows the skin, just so it don't really show that much skin. But I got two of them, but I'm not putting them both on because it sucks. So you see, you could do this, use these. I got these like claw things. It kind of works for the thumb, but not really. You have to have your thumb like turn and not be like fully straight, because it don't fully want to work for the thumb. Or maybe my thumb's just too big for these hands, but all my other fingers aren't. I did get these from Temu, along with the Wolverine gloves and the Freddy glove, along with a comic book. Yeah, they sell actual comic books on Temu. Imagine you see a monster do this to you, like, fuck you! Trying to do the finger gun, but it ain't working with these. Oh. But yeah. It sucks getting both on, it does. But now I'm going to take off this glove, put on my other glove. And after this, I'm probably going to take a little rest, as I'm getting hot. Just by wearing this. Because this will be useful for my next. Oh god damn it, is this on the right way? No, that's the wrong hand. I need this hand right here. Dum bum bum. Or you can do what I did. But now let's see. Will working with these glovies. Here, will it? And no, I don't want to work with these big fat gloves, but you could do the small gloves. I didn't know if it will work with these gloves or not. Now, before I continue further, I'm going to put up what I'm not using anymore. So, yeah. Like I said before, I just got up, so, yeah. Motherfucker mask. Oh, damn it. I gotta pick up the mask. It fell down here and I can't reach it from there. So maybe, just maybe, I can get it from here. And yes, I can get it from there. But great, okay. There we go. The thing was stuck on one of my drawer knobs, but that's why you don't just throw your mask up there on your shelves, because they get messed up and they fall and stuff. Okay, now, okay, you go with just these gloves, you know, like, oh, yeah, oh, gee. At the end, I'm going to show you what I did for last Halloween, these gloves, or the big gloves for this. And next, we got Jason's mask. Okay, it dropped. It got thrown by my brother, I think. So, that's why there's a crack right here. But I wanted, like, the axe wound. So, once I noticed that it started to get a crack up here, I took off a piece, but the crack continued. So I gotta be careful. It's like a rip-off Jason mask because it doesn't have the red marks on it, but it was marketed as a Friday the 13th mask. And I wanted like the Freddy claw marks. So I drew the claw marks onto here and just like a random mark right here. So it could get have some beat up damage to it more. And one year I went just as this, just like this, you know. I didn't have the long hair, so I could still actually fucking see. But yeah, I went like this with the hoodie on that year. And then the year I had the long hair was my favorite year though, since that's when Jason had long hair in the movies. But yeah, at the time I did have the eye. Both years I had the eye makeup, like black face paint around my eyes to make it look like Jason's. But last time I went, I also put this on, okay? So I'm doing it for you guys, okay? So yeah. Just get to it. I had this on. Boom. And like his jacket. Yeah, I was doing like the Freddy versus Jason type look, so but I didn't have a hood for this, so I also wear this underneath, since he had like a shirt on underneath, and I had like a black shirt. I did like the Jason shirt right here, like boom, and this was like, and I had the pants with multiple belts on, and since it looked like Jason had multiple belts on, So I did different paint. I had a pair of shorts on to match the clothing of his top part, and then like the jeans underneath it to match what he had, the clothing of what he had on underneath there. So I was hot as hell when I got back, so I had like multiple layers of pants and stuff on for that costume, and I had like a couple shirts. Yeah, I went full out with the Freddy versus Jason look. I made my own version though, and I had the small gloves on, but I also had the fucking, it was like this, okay? I could barely move my hand because I had, this was when I still had the fake hatchet, I believe it was. No, I didn't have, I had like a belt, but then I had like a belt wrapped around my hand here to, for like, to make it look, you know, like just had a weapon. Since I didn't have any knives. So then my grandma got me a fake knife, so I also just used that too. I didn't have like any bladed objects, since at the time I had the katana, but I'm like, Jason ain't gonna have a fucking pink katana. But then also I went with just, I was gonna go, you know, and maybe I could do, you know. But no, that ain't gonna work. This is fucking pink. But I did bring this with me. I think I had it like in one of the things of like fucking belts, like the two, so that it wouldn't fall out. It was either that or a different bladed object. But I went like this last time I went as Jason, like just full on out, like, because Jason doesn't care what he wears. This is also why I did this, because I did this like a little bit before that Halloween. So yeah, I'm trying to get an official Jason mask though, like one that actually looks like it and has the red on it. Because with this mask last year, I drew the red. I did the red marks and everything. I drew that onto the mask. It was hard to clean off the mask. I think you can still see some red on it, even after all these years. Because I did two shades of red. A lighter red for the marks and dark red for like blood go on the mask. Since I went way more out than I did with my first year of Jason, but both years had the black eyes. So yeah. But I went way more out my last year of Jason. The year before that, I went as, hang on. If I remember correctly, I went as some Scooby-Doo when I was like little. Spider-Man. Buzz Lightyear. And then I went as Batman and my brother went as Wolverine at some point. But before that, we went as Blue Ninjas. Then Zombie Blue Ninjas. Then, after the Batman, since I was like Christian, dressed up as Christian Bale Batman, and he was Wolverine. So, I had okay, he was like maybe 4 or 5. But hate to say, I had a comic accurate Wolverine with me. Fucking short he was. And then I and my brother went as both red ninjas, then zombie red ninjas. And then I wanted to get into horror again. So then I went as Jason, and I also went as a zombie doctor one time. And then a normal bloody doctor. Yeah. and that's after the Red Zombie Ninjas. And then I went as Jason, and I forgot what my brother went as. But yeah, I was Jason. I forgot what he was that year. Then one year I went as Slappy from Goosebumps, and my brother went as Chucky. That's when I had like shorter hair still. So it worked. And I had a custom made suit I did. Yeah, I had someone make me a custom made Slappy suit. With the bow ties. And with multiple different bow ties for me to put on. So, yeah. And then the next year, my mom went with us. She was as Harley Quinn. And I was a Joker henchman, and my brother was a Harley Quinn henchman. Because that was when we were really big into the Arkham games. Still is, but you know. And then last year, I don't remember what my brother was again. But I was Jason. I keep forgetting. Oh no, I remember. He was a Power Ranger. And I was Jason. So yeah, we had some like weird Halloween crossover shit, basically. But it was fun. And I'm doing this because, like I said, some people ask me for costume ideas. Some people that I talk to in real life. So Columbia hoodie, I just realized. But my hoodie says Columbia on it. But yeah. Alright, but I could work. I think this in Columbia hockey team. But yeah, and but yeah, so first with Jason, I just went out as like a boring type the first time. Like a boring type of Jason. And then I went out as like a more, and then I went full on Freddy versus Jason, which was my favorite Jason out there. And if I could do it again, I would. But I'm not going out this year. Oh yeah. Found me some money, but I dropped accidentally a couple weeks ago. Let me put that back into my bank. Oh, found me another penny that I dropped. The first one was a penny and I believe a dime. I wasn't really looking, and then I found me another penny. Into my bank you go. There we go. Yeah. I'm kind of my friends say that I'm into some weird fandoms because, like, okay. I'm a fan of Star Trek, of DC Comics, Pokemon, horror, and a couple other stuff. Like, not really, like, FNAF, that's horror, but like a couple other stuff, like sci-fi and all that. So, do you guys think I'm into some weird fandoms? Like, fandom themes and stuff? Because Well, I'm into because I watched the original Star Trek on reruns, and that was funny. I loved that show. So I can explain how I got into all these phantoms that I have for posters. Speaking of posters, I got some, not posters, but I got some signs that I never once put up. First, music is my escape from all the bullshit in life. I got this beat, that's true. And then, now I'm gonna, like I said, that Star Wars poster, I got into Star Wars because I watched it as a kid. And then I got these two. I got this right here because I thought it was like a desktop thing, like something you put on your desk. I mean, that's what it looked like in the images, But this is cool. It's supposed to be the Hellbat armor. And then I got me, this is 65, 66. Maybe this Batman came out in 65. But, boom. Batmobile. Anyways, though, I got into Pokemon. Okay, this one I didn't know it was a sign. I thought it was a comic. Yeah, I didn't read it. Just says. Okay, I'll explain what it said once I tell you. I'm gonna save DC for last. The Robin one for last. Okay, I got into Pokemon because I was a big Nintendo fan. So, I got it. So I wanted the 3DS, and well. My mom bought one, and she bought a used Pokemon game for it because, well, she wanted me to have a couple games to go with my system. So she bought me that, and Lego Batman 2. Not 2, 1. Lego Batman 1, but online, but where she got it from, they called it Lego Batman 2. Which I learned it wasn't when I got Lego Batman 2 for the Wii. Yeah, I had 1 for the Wii. I believe. No. I didn't have one. I had one for the Wii way after I had one for the Switch. Not the Switch. The DS, yeah. So I'm trying to get the Lego games again, since I only have a couple. But yeah, boom. Yeah, at that time I was already a Batman fan. And stuff. And I forgot what Pokemon game it was, but that's how I got into Pokemon. With horror. I got into that as a kid. Would watch reruns of horror movies. Hell, I had a tape of Friday the 13th, part 5 to part 8. So I watched from an early age the Roy Byrne part, the bringing back the Jason Zombie arc, from Roy Byrne to the Jason Zombie arc. Because they have arcs here. Part 1 is like the prologue. Not like the prologue, Part 2, 3, and 4. And also throwing in the remake is the Jason Human arc. No, not the remake. Part 2 to 4, Jason Human arc. Part 5 is like when you're watching an anime and they have like just a thriller episode. That's what part 5 basically is. Like, it has no Jason. Really. It has like Jason has hallucinations, but no actual. Boom. Part 6 to 8 is the zombie arc. Part 8 to 9 And Freddy vs. Jason is the zombie demon arc thing. So yeah. 9 the Freddy is like a zombie demon arc along with the Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash comics. And part 10 is like it's like an epilogue. Kinda. Since part 10 is supposed to take place way into the future after the Freddy vs. Jason stuff. When it was first made. And then they made books. Okay, there's Friday the 13th books. Some that go into like the whole possession part that part 9 had. And others that go with Uber Jason. And there's a comic where Jason fought Uber Jason. There's also a comic where Jason met Leatherface. Not kidding. So that means that Jason met at least a fucking... I think he also... Hell, Jason is also in Hack and Slash. In like one issue where he met Dexter Morgan. So yeah, Jason's been in a couple comic crossovers. He was in a couple of them were to promote part 9. But I forget what comic that was. So Jason met Dexter fucking Morgan, Freddy, Ash Williams, and Leatherface. He was also supposed to meet Pinhead at the end of Freddy vs. Jason, but they didn't have the rights for that. So that's why I'm not counting that. This is the next one, though. I have a Spawn poster. I thought this was a comic, and it just says Spawn, and I saw the number 8. And I didn't realize it was a poster. So, yeah. But I got into this after getting the GameStop exclusives of Spawn Universe number 1, Gunslinger Spawn number 1, King Spawn number 1, and the Scourge number 1. Since they had them all marked down to a low price since no one was buying them, really, at the time. Since that was when GameStop started bringing comics in, really. I believe. Like, it's like 2020, 2021. Maybe 2022 when I got them. No. Yeah, it's either 2020 or 2023. It was one of those two, but... And I became a fan of Spawn after getting them, along with watching the original show, since I never watched the movie. And I started to watch the movie. Shh. Shut up, stop. That's my cat meowing. He wants weird stuff. He wants to go outside to eat the cat grass. Well, she ain't going outside to eat the cat grass. Because that's all he does outside. He eats cat grass and then it makes him throw up. Because he got food and he got water, so they fed him and watered him already. But, anyways. And then, after I watched the movie, I went back to GameStop and got the Scourge number 13, since they had that there, and it came with 2 little action figures. And then, at some point, I got Spawn the Dark Ages number 1, and the Spawn the movie comic adaptation. I think I see the word. So, yeah. And with the Batman stuff, I've been a fan of Batman since the 60s show. I watched reruns of it. And I can explain you the order that I've done Batman stuff. I watched Batman, the 60s show, the 89 film, since they bought me a version on tape. Batman and Robin, since they bought me a version on tape. My grandparents did. The Dark Knight, it had Joker on it, and my grandma knew it was a Batman film. And that was DVD, the first Batman DVD I had. Then, I played the Lego games and the Arkham games. Arkham City. So I played Lego Batman 1 on the Switch, Lego Batman 2 on the Wii, and then Lego Batman 1 on the Wii, and Arkham City. Then I got Lego Batman 3 for... No, not Lego Batman 3. No, then my tape version of Lego of Batman and Robin got eaten by my VCR. So I bought a 4-disc collection. So I bought the disc version, but that got a 4-disc collection. But it got messed up at some point with my brother. And it's all for the Tim Burton film stuff, you know, for that universe. The Tim Burton movies and the Joe Schumacher movie. You know? And then I got me Lego Batman 3 for the Xbox. And I had an Xbox and a Wii. And boom, I got the Arkham City for the Xbox. Never played Arkham City, the Wii version, until technically now. Kinda. I got it on the Switch. But I'll get to that in a minute. And then I got Arkham, and I was confused playing Arkham City, so I'm like, what is this Titan? Why is Joker dying? Who's these characters? Then I got Arkham Asylum. Okay. And then I watched Batman Begins. And then I watched Gotham and some of Batwoman. I watched almost all of Batwoman season 1. And then when I went back to watch it, I realized, the CW don't save the seasons and they take it away. Boom. I watched some of the animated stuff after watching Batgirl, the first 3 episodes of Batgirl season 3. Then I watched the anime series and Batman Beyond, along with Justice League and The Killing Joke and the 2000s The Batman, Beware the Batman, a couple episodes of Beware the Batman and 2000s The Batman. I didn't watch all of the shows, I didn't finish them. And I watched a couple episodes of the kids show Batwheels just to see what it was about. I heard it has some weird villains in it. It does. It has King Tut and Egghead, along with Toyman. In the second season. Only reason I know that is because I looked up the villains since I watched one episode and I kind of didn't like it. It was funny, but, it's a kids show, so yeah. I also played Arkham Knight around this time. And recently I got, I know it don't count, but it has Robin in it. I got the complete collection of the Teen Titans show since HBO took it off. I got a couple episodes of the animated series. I got the animated, also earlier, after playing Arkham City, I watched Batman vs. the Ninja Turtles. But now going back to nowadays, I got Batman vs. the Ninja Turtles animated movie. I got the complete Arkham. I got Return to Arkham. I have Arkham City, Arkham Knight on the PS4. And I also got the Return to Arkham collection on the PS4. And then I got the Arkham Trilogy on the Switch. So the only Arkham games I haven't played... I do own Arkham VR, but I haven't played it since my grandmother didn't know it was a VR, so I don't have a... So she didn't give me a VR headset. So I haven't played that one, but I own it. But also the other ones I haven't played were the mobile games. Arkham Origins, Blackgate, and Arkham Shadows.